Shadow Realms is a CNFT, a Cardano-based NFT game being built on the Cardano blockchain, and it's got some really cool aspects to it. It's borrowing inspiration from Shadow Realms, from Axie Infinity, and even Pokemon, and building out this really cool platform and game that Rick has come up with. Rick joins me on the podcast to talk all about the ideas, the concepts, the artwork, the lore, and his entire minting process that he's gone through to generate all these cards that he needs to make for the actual gameplay itself. So we're going to go through all of that, and if you really like this type of content, please make sure you give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, and click the notification bell and hear more really great Cardano related content from me. Oh, and we also have a giveaway, so make sure you check out the end of the video where you can find the details about this particular giveaway for Shadow Realms. All right, let's get into this interview.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast.
I have Rick joining me on this episode to talk about a CNFT project, a CNFT game. I'm really excited to have something different other than the DEXs and all these DeFi things I'm talking about all the time. A CNFT game that is building on Cardano. So Rick, welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Hello, everybody out there. And Pete, good to be on your show.
Awesome having you, Rick. And let's get into first a little bit about your background and how you actually discovered Cardano and how you got into crypto. It's always an interesting journey to find out how people discovered Cardano.
I guess I got into crypto like when Bitcoin was around maybe $100 for one coin, and
Ooh.
I had purchased some. So long time ago. And then, I ventured there a little bit and started just doing Bitcoin and really didn't do much. And then Ethereum came along and started doing, decentralized stuff with Ethereum and just basically collected tokens like Ethereum and Bitcoin before I really ever got into any like gaming or any NFT stuff like that. Like I wish I'd have got around when they had like the punks. The NFT punks back in the days, but yes, that's how I got there doing that. And then I really like Cardano. I like when Charles left and he's talking about creating the Cardano. I was like, okay, so I went with the network and I'm like, okay, and I bought some ADA for really cheap, like it's dirt cheap, and I bought a lot, and I just followed him because I believe that it. For me, I think Cardano is the best ecosystem that will be out in the cryptocurrency. I mean, no offense to all you ETH fans, but the gas fees are way too high for ETH, But yeah, that's how I got in using Bitcoin. So
wow, so you're really early adopter there. That's pretty cool to hear. The ETH gas fees weren't always a huge problem back in like 2017 or whatever it was. It was okay. It was manageable. It wasn't astronomically high as it is now. But yeah, as problems cascade and things happen, it's really difficult to work with it now.
I mean, if people don't get into Cardano, I don't see why. I hate people talk a lot of trash about it, but if you read everything that HIOK has, you see the outcome. A lot of stuff that Cardano can do for the whole world. Bitcoin is just a coin. It can't do nothing. It's limited. All it can do is go up in price. So, I mean, it's less Bitcoin than anything. So, I mean, that drives the Bitcoin.
Very much so. But
with like Africa and Cardano, it brings more. It gives actually people like in Africa that don't have a chance to get IDs or, go to school and keep records. It's great, man. It's great. It's good. And
it's all the real fire stuff in that Cardano can bring to the world and the ecosystem, not just the monetary and financial systems that make Cardano, I think, really appealing for a lot of people. Right. So what about your gaming background then? So I understand the crypto side of things, but how does the gaming side fit into everything? And how does the artistry side, like what's your background there?
Well, let's see. I went to school. When I went to college, I did a little bit of commercial art stuff and got a bachelor's in art. And So I started just really drawing when I was younger, and I used to just draw comic book characters. That's how I got started, like Superman, Batman, and then I started making my own comics. And then I didn't really get into games until like after college, where I started working on, like, I don't know if you know, Second Life. I helped develop a little bit of that in 2007. So I worked on that a lot with them and made their metaverse, which you would call their verse, where you can buy land and stuff, and teach people how to make stuff in there and make money as well. And then I started making my own games, which was just online games, and you could just go play and kill stuff, and like MMO. And then I said, well, these NFTs are a very good idea. It's something that I can give my players, something they own. Because the thing I see about it is, if I played Star Wars, right? The Star Wars Old Republic. It costs me like $30 a month. So when I play a different game online, like Splinterlands, it's okay. When you play that, it's you earn your money. So I spend $30 a month, or I can make $30 a month. What's better, and still have the same excitement playing the game. So that's the difference that I think is NFT is. I was introduced into the NFT gaming with different games, and I said, well, I can do the same thing. I've had a couple of games I've done over the years and made a lot of money, but it's really not about the money for me. Working with a little bit of Blizzard stuff on WoW, and worked on a little bit of 3D models for a while, and World of Warcraft at the very beginning. And so all that stuff, knowing that, and then going to NFTs was a little bit harder because, it's harder to work on a blockchain than it is on just a regular, HTTP online website, because you can just use like CC plus, or, stuff like that. And it's all code. But this is a little bit more different because everything on Shadow Realms is my design, and it took a while to put it together, and it was originally going to go on like Hive. And then I said, well, the smart contracts came out. I said, I want to go with Cardano. So I know Grant and them from Player Mint. So I decided I own a couple of NFTs from Player Mint. Their platform is really great for what we're doing. And, so we joined, Player Mint joined with us, and we do a lot with them. And it's a very good platform. And that helps us out a lot. Teaching the way of Cardano, since it's new, where as far as like Ethereum, I can run a blockchain game easy because it's established already, where Cardano isn't established enough to hold that ecosystem like ETH would. But I think it's a good challenge to bring a big game, because this will probably be the biggest game on Cardano. So maybe we set the bar for it.
Very interesting. All right. So I've got a couple of questions from that. First off, when did you start playing SOTOR? I absolutely love the game. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I loved it too. I still got the account, and I got a level 80 now, level 80 Jedi, and I got a Sith, and but it's I didn't really stop. I just got bored because they didn't have enough content, and I think that's the problem. Once you hit level 80, it's just like you can wipe out all kinds of stuff, Rancors, and I still love the game today, but when you cap out at a max and you can't go no further, then it just kind of becomes irrelevant to just keep doing the same old missions and over and over.
Yeah. I played through all of the I think 8 different character races and all different whatever, and played all the different storylines. It was absolutely brilliant. I sunk a lot of time into that one, so yes. I totally understand how good it is. Now, the other thing I was going to ask you said it was going to launch on a different platform. What was it? I didn't quite catch the name.
Oh, yes. Originally, when I started developing the game, it was going to be on Hive or ETH, on our ETH ecosystem. Right. But Hive is a lot cheaper I could do a lot more on Hive than I could on ETH because you can take fiat and put it into your game, and people can pay for the game in fiat from like PayPal or somewhere. But the fees were a lot cheaper on BNB than it would be on ETH. And then I thought, well, the smart contracts come out. Let me look at them. I looked at Cardano's smart contracts, and I said, well, this is pretty easy. It's just some workarounds that they don't have that makes it a little bit harder to work on Cardano. Their site, because they don't have a lot, and so people have to wait until they develop it. So that's why. But the fees are really cheap. For ADA 0.08, you can send a lot of stuff. It's not like Ethereum, where if you want to buy something for 10, like let's just use dollars. Say I want to buy something, I use $10 worth of ETH, and then they say, okay, well, 75, 55 for gas fee. Well, it's not worth 75, 55, but I can buy cards from ADA, and I can say, yeah, I want 5 cards, and I buy 5 cards, and from one guy, and he sends all 5 transactions, one transaction, and it only costs less than 0.7 ADA. You can't beat that.
Yeah, there's huge benefits in working on Cardano, and a lot of people don't realize that you can send lots of different assets and different NFTs in one transaction and make it really optimized and cheap as possible.
Yeah, and when BIP comes out, when they finally make BIP and you can set your own, you'll be able to write your own mint. If you want to mint, you can charge a platform fee, or because usually it's like two ADA and you get ADA back. You send 2 ADA and then you get like half that back, or you get 2 ADA back. I think BIP, when it comes out, it will fix that, where you can say, wow, it's 0 transaction fee, but we have to see when that comes out. I'm hoping it comes out really soon.
I hope so too. It's all of these things that we are waiting on, but it's all these little bits of the ecosystem that we need to develop, and I'm really excited that you chose to be like a pioneer in game development on Cardano, where a lot of this tooling and all of these extra things don't exist yet, such as the fiat on and off ramp that you're talking about. That just makes it so much easier for people to play games if they don't need to actually convert it into a currency they've never heard of before.
Yeah, it's I think it's like I say, there's a few games on Cardano, a few card games, but I want people to think of my game as like this because I take like Splinterlands, Axie Infinity, and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon and put it all in one. So you can battle, you can breed your pets, you can take your pets into battle. It has everything one game needs instead of playing 2 or 3 different games. So I brought everything into one game. And putting it on Cardano Network is going to be very hard to begin with because of the, like we say, it's still a new ecosystem.
You've given me a little bit of an idea of the concepts of everything that you're pulling together, but how does the game actually work? Can you give us a full rundown of what Shadow Realms is so that people can understand what they're expecting when they're seeing this game?
All right, so the concept is set in a modern day Earth. So you have a king, the king of Earthrealm, which is I modeled it after me, called King Six Trader. He's an actual card in the game, and he's the king of Earthrealm, and it's a parallel world to a world called Tambora, and it's just a bunch of heroes that have magical powers all over the universe, and I'm looking for somebody in the Earthrealm. I'm looking at different realms around the universe, trying to find a protector for the Earthrealm. So then your cards come and battle other realms until I find the perfect, protector for the realm of Earth. So like heroes would take adventures and facing off against an array of different creatures, meaning like I might have a mage or, a wizard, or, it just depends on what realm you're from. There's lots of realms. There's the changeable realm, there's Earth realm, there's Death realm, There's also angel realms. So there's just a bunch of realms that I haven't put in yet into writing the storyline for everything. But so basically, you just searching for warriors to partake in Earth Realm war games. So the King of Earth Realm held control of the games to find the perfect warriors to protect the Earth Realm and do battle with other opponents. So you earn SHDR tokens in that. So it's not as complicated as it sounds. The storyline is really good once I finish writing all the story for it. But that's about the basics of the concept of what you're doing in a game. But at the end of the day, it's still a card game. You put your cards out and you have your leader card, and which is like your king or whatever. And you protect him, and we can get more into that. But yeah, the game concept is just it's like a dark realm, and we're just trying to protect the Earth realm from every creatures, the shadow creatures coming in to try to take over Earth and make it their home. So basically, it's like a Mortal Kombat with cards. So we're just pulling people from everywhere to see who's the top line. Whether we actually ever get a protector of the Earth realm, then maybe we'll hold like some contest for like outside the game. You can battle, and then the winner can get like a trophy or something outside, saying I'm the Shadow Realms protector of Earth. So that's about that basic.
That's the kind of vision that I got when I saw it. I thought, oh, okay, realm protectors. Yeah, that's kind of Mortal Kombat-ish. I can see where some ideas or concept may have come from. So I'm trying to picture the actual gameplay as well. So users would be playing their deck of cards against each other, and will it be like online through your browser or something like that? Is that the general gameplay?
Yeah, it's going to be browser based. So, I mean, like the structure for the battle, upon entering the battle, a player will be presented with a structure for layouts of the cards. So you have slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, slot 4, slot 5, slot 6. And you can play up to 5 monsters. But the way to do it is you need to decide where you want to place your cards, because the part of the strategy is your card sets, where your card sets. So basically, the side of the field, there's a total of 6 monsters on the card slots. So the objective of the Shadow Realms gameplay is to defeat your opponent during battle. In order to do so, you must eliminate all of your opponent's cards during the battle to declare the victory. And the way we would do that is like if me and you played Pete, then when we went to a ram, it would automatically just pick a ram, and then it would say, all right, well, here's 14 mana, so I need to pick at least 6 monsters that have 14 mana. If I cannot, I can play up to 6 cards. So I might use 3 cards, but I can only play a combination of 14 mana cards. So maybe I have to play 3 cards. So that would be keeping you from having a real OP card. And then to go first, you just flip a coin, and then it's heads or tails, and then the battle commences. The victor is declared. Each player takes turn attacking. It's none of this like, okay, my cards attack all yours first, and then yours attack mine. I feel that that's a little bit overpowering in the game. That means if I get to go first, I can just dominate all your cards and win.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be like Splinterlands where it's fast paced. I want you to actually, the concept is your strategy. The game is yours. Make the game yours. I just provide everything for you to play your game. So you have different decks: earth, water, fire, wind. And there's really no rules to it. I mean, just a mana rule. You can play anything. If you go, say I play an Earth Ram, and I'm playing an Earth Ram, and it says, okay, you got Earth Ram, 14 mana. So then it takes you to your cards, and then you pick your cards that you want to play. And you also have a weapon card. The weapon card just gives your first character a boost. The pets haven't introduced yet. That will come sometime probably in Q3. That'll be breedable, so you'll be able to add your pets in the battle as well, which will also boost all your cards. So it's a lot of boosters and a lot of kickers, and the pets are breedable. So you'll be able to breed. You'll only have a few pets, and whatever you breed would be your pet. I will not have no control. I'll just give you, I cannot sell your pet as far as like you will not be able to get the pet you breed in my packs. So it would be your actual pet. It would just be cards that's, when you breed them and you say, okay, there's a little box, and you hit the box and it just gives you one random pet card, legend or whatever. But you cannot buy them in our packs. The only way you can get them is to breed them.
Crazy. So, okay. So I'm trying to understand some of these other parts. So initially, if I'm a brand new player coming to play, I would have to buy a deck of some sort. So a deck would come with 6, 12 cards. Or what's the story with that?
The deck comes with 6 cards, 6 NFTs. The game is free to play. It's a play to earn. So when we actually get the game out, anybody can sign up and play the game. They have a starter set of cards, but like I say, it's a play to earn. So the starter cards will only get you to play for free. You're going to have to upgrade if you want to move up rank, but you don't necessarily need to buy any packs if you don't want to. But you don't get the rewards, and it's not really play to earn. You might as well just go play a regular game that. Because people are just going to dominate you, and then you don't have the cards to beat them. So it will be free to play, but it's a play to earn that I want people to remember. It's very low to get into the game for you to earn a lot of money. I mean, right now we just dropped packs for Player Mint, the Dragon packs. I did a whole design of 6 cards for them with their dragon and their Player Mint logo and their founder. I made 6 cards for a pack with them. They're on sale now, only for founders. But them cards are playable in game. So they get to play them, and they're on sale now, and they're doing really good. And people are already getting them on the market, CNFT, different places. People are selling, people are buying. And it's not even like all the cards. We have about 3 million cards that'll be in Shadow Realms.
3 million, that is ridiculous.
3 million. When I say 3 million, it's not actually, when I make them, it's for now, because we're on the network, I have to upload stuff to different places to get them to be NFTs. So I use a automatic uploader, so it's a lot of spreadsheet stuff, and then I have to make a lot of cards. So let's say that I make a green dragon, right? So I had to make 30,000 green dragons. Even though I make 1 card, for me to upload it to NFT Maker Pro, if you upload, you can bulk upload to them guys. I mean, they're about the best right now you can do. But I wrote a script for a bulk upload there, and it's so I have to send, I had to hit, and it has to go all 30,000 cards, and it could take 2 weeks to upload 30,000 cards.
Really?
I just did 10 cards. 10. Okay, for Player Mint, we did 42,000 cards for the purple, and 30,000 for the purple and 42,000 for the green NFTs, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you get the pack, you buy the pack, right? And you can open the pack. It has a thing you can flip your cards over, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So you don't get to see it until you buy it, and so it really works out really nice. And the packs are really reasonable. You look at about 36 ADA. So I'm trying to keep our packs at a decent cost. I really want to go lower, like under $10, but it's very hard with all the fees on different places. So Maker Pro, they have a feed, and it's like 6.5 just to even mint, 1 card. If you want to mint 1 card, it's 6.5 ADA. So, a game can't survive unless you make a little money there. So when you're given 6 NFTs to 1 person, they're charging you 6.5 per NFT. You understand? It's not like they give me a deal. They charge me 6.5. So when it all comes down, it's basically like 24 ADA that is the buyer's cost at the end of the day. So, but the company needs to make money, because if the company doesn't make money, we can't bring the game to be special for all the players. So it's really good that, I mean, I have good support, and I like my crowd. Our Discord people are great. Player Mint is great, and I get a lot of support, and they're okay with, you know, if it's 36, 48 or whatever, but I try to keep it as low as possible, because I don't want whales to just come in and buy everything. I want the little man to be able to come in. To, you know, maybe you're new to crypto. Come on in. You know, it's really cheap. Play some games, make some money, and you can do it. I know, because I've done it. I have a lot of money in Splinterlands, and I put $300 in there, and my assets today are worth about $200,000. So I mean, that's $300 to $200,000.
I haven't played Splinterlands yet. I did see it, and I was going to check it out. I kind of wish I did now.
It's I haven't got nothing bad to say about them. I mean, they made me a lot of money. Well, at least assets are worth that. But for $300 that I invested, I got land. I got a lot of stuff in, and for like $20 land, and it's like, you know, really cheap when I got into it. So, but that's what really got me into wanting to make a card game, is playing that for 3 years and watching them really come to life. And so I said, well, I can do this, but I can make it better.
Well, I think with all your like gaming experience, having actually, you know, worked on all these other games in the past, played all these ones as well, and then like all your artistic skills in regards to actually creating the graphics on the cards, I think it's actually put you in a really, really good position. And then, of course, choosing Cardano to bring something really good to the ecosystem, so everyone can get in and play. Now, about that pricing thing, a lot of people don't realize that it does cost money to mint. And if you're using NFT Maker Pro, there is that 6.5 ADA fee. I tried minting podcast episodes so that people can download the podcast as an NFT, but I wanted to sell them for like 2-3 ADA, but at minimum I have to do it at like a 8. So I get like $1, 1.5 ADA or something at the end.
Well, I can give people my best advice. If you're doing just limited, like maybe you have one art NFT, you can actually go to like Mentor, and you can actually make 30 for 2 ADA. So you can actually mint 30 cards for 2 ADA, or 30 NFTs for 2 ADA. So that's pretty good. So that's not too bad. But for what we do, that doesn't work for 3 million cards. But we are working with ProMake. You know, we talking with them about trying to make it a little bit more easy than uploading 3 million cards and it taking 2 weeks. So and different things. So we're talking with them guys. They're really good. You know, they're really good with us. And so Patrick, you know, yeah, I really like their platform. It's a very good platform as well. You know, it just depends on what you're doing and what platform to use. You know, for me, for now, that would be the platform to use until the BEP comes out, and then I'll make my own platform where, you know, it won't cost. They don't have to pay a platform fee.
Yeah, definitely. There's I've been playing around with one called Cardahub. So Cardahub is a NFT marketplace. It's a fairly new one. They launched just recently, and they do have a distribution system that's built into it. And they're doing a distribution mint for another game as well. I think they've got a huge amount of NFTs that are going through it. But because they are also minting directly via smart contract, so the person be interacting with the smart contract there and then delivering the NFTs directly via the smart contract, the fees are considerably cheaper. So it might be something worth looking into as well.
Yeah, I think I got them saved. I think I found them Cardo Hub, right? Yeah, I have them in my bookmarks. I looked at them. I think when I first found them, I don't think they were really open yet for like NFTs.
Yeah, they were just open, I think, 4 days ago.
Yeah. So when I was looking at it, they wasn't ready yet for that.
Yeah.
But that's why I bookmarked it, because I wanted to go there. because I mean, you see where it's like OpenSea, OpenSea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, it's pretty easy. You can set up your OpenSea and sell, and it goes directly to them. You just don't. There's no worry about anything. With CNFT, you have to go to and make your own license for that, and then wait for him to send it and get verified. That's kind of like a lot of work for people to do for like a regular, just if you're selling one NFT or two, So, I mean, yeah, the more the merrier, I guess. I'm waiting for Sunday swap, and then we can bring our token out, SHDR for the Shadow Realms.
Yeah, there's a huge amount of work to this. It's a lot that we have to do. It's the token for the game. It's the distribution for it, the artwork, the creating of the cards. You are lucky that you have a team around it, and
yeah, I mean, it's very hard even with the team, though. Concepts and making monsters, and, lore. Like for Christmas, we did Santa Claus. I don't know if you've seen the Santa Claus.
I did.
Yeah, he's like real beef. He almost looks like Aquaman in a Santa Claus outfit. But like a little lore for him, I made a little lore for people that he comes from shape-shifting realm, where the people are shapeshifters, so they can take on any form. And what happened one Christmas Eve, he was at the mall, and he took his kids to see Santa, and they got robbed, and his family died in the mall. So what he did is he decided to go to all these fight clubs dressed as Santa, and that's how he became the fighting Santa for the Shadow Realms. Just a little lore about the Santa Claus.
I love the lore, and I've tried developing lore background for games, and I just don't have the time and patience for it. It's every I look at it as how George Lucas did a lot of the Star Wars stuff. So he'd go through and write lore and background stories for every single character in huge amounts of detail, all the way back to like generations, even for some of the characters. And that's a lot of time and effort, but it actually helps develop that entire storyline for all the characters in the future, or whatever you're trying to build around it. You've got the patience for that?
Sometimes I even impress myself, because sometimes I have no idea. Sometimes I have no idea. I mean, like when I made the Santa, I made the lore. And what it is I designed the monster.
Yeah.
And then I look at it and I think, okay, so what do we got here? And then maybe I look at some D&D books or something, and just say, okay, so let's say we make whatever. And then, then I change a little bit around from, something from a D&D book from in the old days. But usually it's just like, like I just look at the picture, man. I just go from there. Like the Blaze Witch that we're giving away. We're giving away a Blaze Witch on Player Mint for Player Mint's fixing to drop Cardano Craft, which is really cool. And we're having a build off for Shadow Rams. So the players that mint a dragon can build Shadow Rams, and then I pick a winner, and they get a 1-of-1 card, which is a Blaze Witch, and the art is immaculate, and like she's from the depths of hell. I mean, she's way under the devil. So she comes from there, and she just sucks souls out of everybody by using a kiss, and the souls come to her, and she holds them in her hands. And, it's really cool. So sometimes it's easy to write lore, and sometimes I don't. But with all the characters I have, I'm going to write lore for them and make a book so everybody can read the lore if they like in a PDF.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you're going to that level of detail and getting everyone really excited about the characters, the cards, and the story, the backline, not just playing the game, play to earn and all that, but everything around it as well. So that's absolutely brilliant. So in terms of the roadmap and how things are progressing, developing, where are you at the moment, and what does 2022 look like for you?
Well, so far it's looking good. I mean, we got the Player Mint dropout. It's going for 3 weeks. We're actually going to start our release of our cards was in January, at the end of January, maybe February the 1st, for our packs for everybody to buy. But with everything, it's always some kind of problem. There's no problem. The problem we have is that, I wanted to shoot for end of January, and I really did not know how long it would take to upload all the NFTs. and that's where I thought, man, really, it took me like for using their front end on ProMaker, just to send, I actually send like 42,000 cards. It actually took like 5 days almost to upload 42,000 cards, and I'm thinking, wow, man, we got like 3 million, it's going to take like a month or 2 months. But there's workarounds with that. I've figured out a ratio with cards. So I did a lot of math. So you can get a rare card, you can get a legend, but it's not in every pack using ProMaker. So I figured out in ProMaker how to put 6 cards in a pack and give you a chance at a rare, at a chance at a legend, a rare, a legendary, or a common card. So I figured out a math way to do that. So that works because I tried it with the dragons for Player Mint. So it's working fine on Player Mint. So I'm glad that worked out well. So that's probably the route we're going to go. But the great thing about it is having that many cards is we can upload a lot of cards. And as long as we don't close the contract out, we can upload more cards to that same to the same item number, or to the same policy number. Yeah. As long as we don't close the policy, I could keep shifting cards in. So I'm thinking, even if you're minting cards, the cards are still loading in. So you can mint cards while the cards are still loading in. So the only thing that could fail safe, and even if it fails safe, if your power went out, you still have enough cards in there that they can mint until you get it back up. But once you lock that contract, then you can't adjust anything. So like Player Mint, I locked theirs on the 28th of this month. At the 28th, it can't have any more. And what's left, we're going to burn.
All right. Okay. So if anyone's listening to this before the 28th, hopefully you can get in there and get some of the Play Mint collection, the Dragon cards, and they do look good. I have checked over them, and I love what you did for Grant and Aiden as well there too.
Yeah. It was a joke card at first when I made it, because I looked at Aiden's picture and I looked at Grant's picture, and I'm trying to get them as close as I could possibly to animated and so I think I got pretty enough close, except for putting a little beard on them or whatever. But it's good enough for them, and they thought it was funny and cool. And I said, well, I'm just going to add it into your packs, and that's what I did.
I
I'm gonna get one of you too, Pete. I'm gonna get one of you now.
Oh. Just make me look a little bit tougher, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to give you a Santa Claus look, right? Or
awesome. Thanks, Rick. But yeah, so you've got the drop coming in late January. What comes after that? Like, are people? When could people actually start playing? And what kind of game
the game is sort of in development. I mean, I have a concept book, and I have different ways that. What's the best way for the game to be played? For example, I have maybe you protect your leader, so you can't attack the leader, and the leader can't attack when you have all your cards out. But once you take care of all your monster cards, then your leader can get attacked. And then I play it where your leader gives you a more buff, or it gives you extra powers to fight. So there's lots of different ways. What I tell people is when I'm developing, I have the concept wrote out. When I'm talking with I've only got one developer on board, but when I get some more developers for what I want to do, because we have land too coming out, some land. It's going to be like a whole metaverse, which I'd like to talk a little bit about the land. You'll be able to buy land, and you'll be able to create your own card that Shadow Realms will have nothing to do. So you'll be able to mine SHRDR tokens, hopefully PMX from
Play Mint.
Yeah, from Player Mint. Maybe we put PMX in there. You'll be able to get some of that. And you'll also be able to mine for supplies, and then you'll be able to make yourself a potion card. and you'll be able to sell the potion card. You can't get it from us. You have to make it yourself.
Very
And
cool.
that becomes your card. It's not, you can't get it from us. You have to make the card. We just supply everything for you to make the card. And then when you get all the pieces you need to make the card, you can mint the card, and it's your money, your card. You can sell it to people because you're going to use it in battle. So if you make a potion, you can say, oh man, I got a health potion, that boosts my health like by 3, so that's your card. You made that card. You can't buy it from us. So that's the benefit of land.
And that's where the economy comes into the gameplay as well. So people will be making these potion cards, either selling it directly on the marketplace, and because it's a desirable item for in-game play, people may be just buying it simply from the marketplaces, so they don't need to buy land and spend all time making it. So that's really cool. I love that aspect in there.
And it's like the way I'm going to make the land is I have a metaverse already made, but I'm not sure I'm going to make it a metaverse where you can actually have a little avatar to run around, and you can go to different little realms, and you can just go battle, and then it takes you to the card game, actually, the whole setup.
Yeah.
And then when you finish, you come back through the portal. So you'd be able to run your little avatar through the portal, and then you're into the game. And then when you finish the game, you come back out through the portal. But we'll see when we get to that. It's a lot making land. So
yeah, that's way down the track.
That's probably next year. But,
yeah. Okay, totally understand. And those little things are just for me personally, it's just the gimmicky side of things. If you had to go through like a 3D world, if you're passionate about it would be great. But for me, if I'm really passionate about the gameplay and I'd have to walk from one place to another, it's kind of like, come on, this is taking too long. I just want to get into the game. There was something else like that I used to play. It might have been just Wii games on Nintendo back in the day, on Nintendo Wii, where you had to actually walk around from portal or game to game.
Yeah, I don't think it would be like that when you buy your land. I think if I did it like that, it would just be like you have a hub here, and then it's like a portal. It's just like a circle portal, so you can just go directly to your game. It's not like you got to run around the map. It's not
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's just like you have a hub, and you can say, okay, Earth RAM, this RAM, this RAM, this RAM, this RAM, and whatever RAM you choose. See, it gives you the option to choose instead of it being random when the land comes out. So if you choose Earth, it benefits you if you have Earth monsters and you have all the potion boosts and stuff. So yeah, I mean, when the game is completed, when you have the land and everything, the game will come out before the land and you'll be able to play it. But I mean, when the full game is out, it'd just be excellent. You have breeding, you have land, and your cards can work your land. So your monsters, you can put them on your land and they work your land to mine everything for you, SHDR, maybe PMX, and of course the assets to make the cards for potions and new weapons and just different things. Because mainly I want people to earn,
Yeah.
I mean, COVID's here now, it's not and people struggling all over the world, I mean, people from the Philippines can play our game, people from Thailand, people from Russia, Africa, if you got a few dollars to put into a game, like I say, I put $300 over a time period into Splitterlands, and now my assets are sitting at 200,000. So I mean, it can be done, and I was impressed with that. So I said I would like to bring that game to Cardano and give them Cardano people a chance to have something epic and make a lot of money in the future. Because I think we can make millionaires. Splinterlands made millionaires, so I'm sure I can make millionaire out of people. I'm not. Don't go beyond that. But if the game gets big enough, sure, you can make enough money that you can earn a lot of money in FT business.
GameFi is the next big thing after the DeFi. GameFi, I think, is absolutely huge because it will bring in a whole lot more people that are interested in gaming compared to finance.
I'm thinking that maybe 20 years from now, all the games for PC will be done, and it won't be everything will be either NFT or play to earn. It's going to be, I think, just all the regular PC games are going to die out. Eventually, maybe not in 20 years, but I think when people come to realize, hey, I don't need to go get up and work an 8 to 9 job. I can just work 8 to 9 on my computer and make $100 a day. I mean,
it's crazy, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy.
It's crazy, man. I wouldn't believe it if I didn't do it. I mean, I tell people here, it's like, man, you should play this game, man. It's really good. I made a lot of money, man. But you can't lead a horse to water and make him drink. So
yeah. I actually spoke to another community member that was talking about how they set up profiles for Axie Infinity. So they set up these game profiles so that people can actually start playing it. Because of COVID, they didn't have an income. So they said, look, just play Axie Infinity, put a little bit of money in and play as much as you can. And these people, because they're in poorer countries, are earning decent money off of the game and making a living off of it, just playing a little bit every day, which is absolutely amazing. If you could bring Shadow Realms to that point and people just adopting it and having that edge of being an actual really good game with lore and graphics and everything else to it, I think it's a definite winner.
Yeah, I'm with Charles all the way. What he wants to do with Cardano. I follow him a lot. I have him on my YouTube. I watch all his. Hello, sunny Colorado, where it's always sunny in all of Colorado. I believe in the stuff that he does, and I think it's good for people, and I think it's good to help people in life. And I don't want to see people. I'm from America, but I live in Thailand, and I see people sleeping on the streets, and the COVID just is bad. And man, if my game can take and pull 10,000 Americans or 10,000 Philippine people and give them able to pay the rent and have a hot meal at the end of the day, then that's what my game's about. I mean, the money aspect is my team knows that. I'm okay with money, so it's not a money project for my team or me. We're doing it, we know we're going to make money. That's not a problem. We know that, but it's not all about monetary profit. It's about helping the world out during COVID and try to help people as much as we can and get involved at a low cost and have something enjoyable to do instead of sleeping on the street or wondering where your next meal is going to come, or you make $300 a month. It's more of just trying to help the world out in an economy that there is none. When somebody gives you a gift, like I have the imagination to make something, if I can use it for good, that's what I want to do. I want to. I'm blessed with a very good family that loves me, and I love my family. And it's very good to just help people. The karma's all that, you can believe in karma or you don't believe in karma. But I don't like to see people suffer. I have a big heart about, like here in Thailand, I see people live on the street. I give them change. Even in America. Even though I know they're going to buy alcohol with it. But that's not the point. The point is I did something good for somebody. What they choose to do with it is what they choose to do with it. So my game is like that. I'm offering you to make all the money you can in the world. You just need to take advantage of what you're going to do with it.
Rick, this is absolutely amazing. I love these aspects to it as well. Not just the game, you're creating something for someone else's future so they can build a living out of it. So it's much more than just a game. And I love your passion behind it as well, Rick. It sounds absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
Rick, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the podcast and talking all about it, learning a little bit more about the background, your background as well, and what you're trying to do with Shadow Realms.
Yeah, well, we cross our fingers and hope that it helps everybody out in the future. And so far, 22 is looking really good. And I think the game, I hate to give quotes because you never know what issues arise. But if if you go to our website, it's shadowramcnft.com, or join, our Twitter, or, I'm pretty sure you got a couple of links you can post out there. Come and join us. We give a lot of free stuff out to people, and I think it benefit everybody. And like I say, just don't miss out on something this big. Remember Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin was so little, but look at it now. Cardano's new. Look at what we're doing with Cardano. Don't sleep on Cardano. I don't care what these people on YouTube say. Cardano crashed. Cardano this. Do not listen to them, because Cardano is going to be the next big thing, whether it's tomorrow or 2 years from now. So don't sleep on Cardano.
Awesome, Rick. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Really hope you enjoyed that episode. DeFi itself is really big at the moment, and they're going to be launching all their platforms, all their DEXs, whatnot, really, really soon. But GameFi is snapping at their heels. They're coming in fast. All these games are going to be developed once all the tooling's out there, and I'm really excited to see what the GameFi space is going to bring to Cardano as well. So DeFi first, GameFi next. See what comes out of it. I'm really excited. If you really want to check out all this stuff from Shadow Realms, check out their website, follow them on Twitter, and join their Discord channel as well. Now, for the particular giveaway, check out the pinned tweet on my profile. You'll see that there. Do the whole retweet thing, the follow on Discord, whatever. Just follow the instructions and you'll be in a chance to win it. I'll be drawing it next week on the news update, and you can find out all the details on our YouTube channel there. Okay. If you enjoyed this content, please make sure you give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click the notification bell, and you hear more really great Cardano related content from me soon.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debating.